Hi guys, right, this is the end of the saga that I've had. I initially decided in my wisdom to change the serpentine belt or the auxiliary belt, which in itself is not an hard job. But then for the 14mm nut that was on the tensioner pulley, all I had was a small ring spanner which rounded the nut off so before it released the tension. So we weren't able to use that, so we then purchased the proper tool, which worked perfectly, and the only problem was when I put that on, because I'd rounded the nut off, it wouldn't come off. So we had a bit of a nightmare. So we decided then to replace the tensioner unit itself, which as you can see is buried there at the end of my finger. So we ordered that and we came to fit that. Come to put the pulley on, lo and behold, the nut on the tensioner pulley on the new tensioner was a 15mm and not a 14mm. The kit I came didn't come with a 15mm socket, so I had to order that again and get that. So whilst we were waiting for that, I decided to change the idler pulley as well, because that was slightly rumbly but not as bad. But I thought, while it's all off, we may as well change it, and that was pretty much straightforward. So the new tensioner come, we fitted that, we got the new 15mm socket and fitted it onto there, and the job took 5 minutes once we got the right socket. So it does pay to have all the right tools. So if I start it up for you, this is now running. Turn that rubbish off. There we go. Now, as you can see, it's all running, and you won't know, but it is an awful lot quieter than when it was previously. You couldn't really talk in a low voice to somebody next to you and be able to hear what you're saying. Now it's running smoothly, so although what we're having to order new parts and everything, it took over a week, 10 minutes fitting once it was all here, job finally done. This car I've had since December last year, and to be honest, it was a shed. You know, within days the alternator failed, the regulator burnt out on that, so we've got a second-hand one from a breaker's yard to fit that. That's in hindsight, whilst I've got all the front of the car off the fit, like I should have fitted a brand new one. But hey, that worked part-time and funds are tight, so we have to make do with what we've got. But the new tensioner itself was only £49 off eBay, so that worked out quite well, because we can pay some silly money if we go for the correct, for the genuine Honda part. But for an 06 car with 128,000 miles, I'm not going to be spending silly money on stuff that never really fails. It's only the bearings that fail on them. But next car, if the alternator fails again, I will get a new one. There you are guys, just a short tip just to let you know. It was an easy job, but it becomes infinitely harder if you haven't got the correct tools. So now we've purchased the correct bar. That piece of wood there with the cutout is what I use to hold the bar at full extension, wedged against the bonnet and down into the bar with a knot put out on the wood, and that wedged the bar so I could just lift the belt off, take the idler pulley out and fit it without letting the belt drop. So it's just a bit of improvisation. It's just a short video. Now the only other things I did the radio display, but it looks like it needs doing again. As you can see, give it a bang and it comes up okay, but I need to do that again. And I've also fitted bit of a jerry built reversing camera and flea bay parking sensors. So it's coming together. I've also upgraded the USB sockets, took the inserts out of the original cigarette lighter holder. You just lift that out and take 2 screws out, and then luckily these fitments with a bit of persuading do actually fit, and they hold it really tight, so these USB sockets are perfect. And whilst I was doing that, I fitted another one, as you can see under there, and where that footwell LED is, which is factory fitted, there's a cutout which again fits exactly for the USB socket, and I was able to slot that in there and wire it and find a live. You'll find a grounding anyway, but finding a live was a little bit difficult, but we found one and connected it in, and so that saves dragging the cables across for the sat nav, even though I did purchase an extra long cable for the job. So the biggest part of the job is done, so I just now need to concentrate on keeping it running. Because I'm not a mechanic, not in the slightest, I've used Civic and YouTube to find out how to do these jobs, because to get a mechanic to do them, they'll be sucking the teeth and giving you all sorts of silly prices. So it's worth trying yourself. I did manage to find a mobile mechanic who is very reasonable, and he is straight John Bull as well. He won't tell you ridiculous quotes. So I had him to come out to do 4 glow plugs on my wife's Vauxhall Mocha. He was here about an hour, and he even helped me do the alternator, because I was doing that at the time, so he helped me with that. But he was here an hour all told and charged 120 quid. That's a phenomenal price. Awesome. So there we have it, guys. Now all we need to do next is change that mirror for a power fold, because the car does come with power fold mirrors. The near side one is a power fold, and I've had to resolder a new SOD inside that mirror to make that work. But this one has been changed previously by the previous owner for a non-power fold one. I guess some people just don't care. So the bodywork was filthy and a mess. I mean, that camera on the back, it's not the best looking, but hey, it does the job. Parking sensors are fitted quite well. As you can see, luckily the standard colour was black, so they fitted in quite well. So I'm pretty pleased with that overall. All I've got now is a little bit of clunking on the back end going over bumps, and I thought that would be the rear drop links, but I just had a look while I had the car jacked up, and it doesn't seem to have rear drop links fitted, so I don't know what that is. The front ones seem okay, so I guess we'll just have to suck it and see, and keep doing stuff with the help of YouTube and Civic as it comes along. But I'm pretty pleased. I mean, the amount of times that bumper's been off, because I've changed the headlights to LEDs, including the fog lights. One thing I didn't tell you, when I took the nut out of the tensioner, that one there, the one at the other side dropped into the engine bay. I had it wedged in here thinking it will be safe. In me fitting and stretching on the tensioner belt tool, I dropped one in, and it dropped right in the most awkwardest of places that I couldn't reach, and I didn't have a magnetic bar to lift it out. Couldn't even see it even if I did. So then after a lot of searching and looking, I did actually see it. It took right down in the corner at the bottom, which meant I had to take the bumper off again, and in that process, taking the bumper off and tapping the bumper to try and dislodge it, the LED that I fitted in there broke, which is a H11, so I had to put the standard halogen one back in. I may have to change the LEDs getting the headlights back to standard for the MOT in December. The guy who is doing the MOTs for me has said that it very much depends on the tester, and he'll be doing the testing, so he said he'll let it go, but I can change them back if I need to. You know, that's just a 10-15 minute job. Okay guys, if you've got any comments or any advice or stuff that you've experienced, then please feel free to drop it in comments. And above all, I hope just even by explaining that, some of the problems you can get will alert you to problems you can come across. So what might seem a 10-15 minute job, if you haven't got the right tools, you can make things a whole lot worse for yourself, as I did. But everything's a learning curve. Take a positive from everything. The purchase of that bar there saved the day. Cheers, guy.